friends Steve and Becky took this picture of us as we pulled out of the campground at Rockport, Texas. We're 72 feet long and weigh about 56,000 pounds. There's the play right there, isn't it? Good deal. Glad we got it. Glad we found out. We try not to air our dirty laundry or bad stories about life on the road, but things break. This is just an example of the trip from Rockport, Texas on the way to Elkhart, Indiana to get our air conditioners fixed. Several things go wrong. It's like the bearings chewed up. You can see the metal shavings in there.
Oh, I'm sure it is now for sure. What initially went down though, I'm not sure.
This is the original bearing that went bad. You can see these are, all the pitting on these are supposed to be really smooth. So, seen better days. We're lucky to have gotten this replaced on a Sunday. We called a roadside assistance guy at the truck that showed up. Had to go to town to get the parts, but in about 3 hours, we were back on the road. We left Rockport, Texas, and had a few days to kill before we got our appointment at Shipshewana, Indiana, to get our air conditioners replaced, and spent a few days at Camp Stookie, our favorite campground. Thanks, Sylvia. A few days in her driveway was a good chance to check out our newly upgraded solar panel install. Here's the results. I'm pleased with them. We're bringing in 142 amps. Sun's coming in, sun's coming out, but keep in mind most homes have like a 200 amp service in a full house, so we're bringing in 142 amps from the roof only. So we're rocking and rolling now. After mooch docking in Sylvia's campground for a couple days, we made the trip to Shipshewana, Indiana to get our air conditioners replaced. On the way, drove through a couple of pretty heavy snow showers.
Okay. Okay.
That unit's in. I think the number 2 unit he's got out. Look around there. Go back to the bedroom and turn the light on here. This one's coming out right now as I speak. I can see it's caulked down here. There you go.
They didn't want it to come off.
Yeah, it's caulked on the passenger side.
Usually it'll come off, it just takes a little convincing.
There it comes. Got it. Is it a 13.5 or 15?
No, this was a 15.
Yeah.
So you want another 15 on there?
So we're in the shop in Shipshewana, Indiana, National RV Refrigeration, and the guys are replacing their air conditioners up on the roof. See if I can climb up there and take a peek here. There's 1, 2, 3. So this is the number 3 air conditioner. Gonna go in the bedroom. Here's the bedroom. Kind of a neat perspective. There's the old units that came off. There's the new one gonna go in the number 3 slot. They've got the number 2 and the number 1 in already. So we went with white covers because we think they might run better versus the black might absorb the heat. So we barely fit in here. We got like a foot on the back and a foot in the front. Talk about a barely fit. But they're using that forklift to put the ACs up and down, and it's a barely fit. I'm sure these guys have done this many a times. We're at the National RV Museum in Elkhart, Indiana, and they probably got 100, 150 campers and RVs in the museum. They're all original. I mean, this stuff is just as it came from the factory, even the floor and toilet and shower and sinks. Walk out that one and come over to this one. Same thing with the old stoves and the furniture and fold-out tables. Yeah, pretty unique.
Vehicle manufacturing plant. This is a 1/24th scale model, which means that it depicts a full-size plant that would be approximately 96 feet wide by 360 feet long.
Back memories on this 1974. Remember, Mom and Dad had the General Motors air conditioner heater vent, had the same buttons and knobs on it, just like that. Kind of brings back a memory. This one's a Clark Equipment, Clark Cortez it's called. Look at this shag wagon. Pretty slick. Made by the Clark Equipment Company. I think they make like sweepers and buffers, and I think they even make forklifts, but this stuff's all original. It's amazing. This one's built on a Cadillac chassis called the Star Streak. How's that for slick? This is a GMC motorhomes mid-entry. I think it's from 1974. You see, he's got all the like old radio on display. It's got an 8-track player in the cassette in the 89,000 miles. Like it came from the factory, huh? This is one of the first Fleetwood Bounders built. Look at the original carpet with the plastic over it now. But the lighting's kind of wonky in here, but That was fancy bed back in the day, even with the rear escape door. Sink in the bathroom, and up front they got the lamp up here. Got a chair to somebody ride right there. I think it has a CB radio on the dash up there. On the Chevrolet chassis. Pretty unique Bluebird bus here. It's got a lot of history behind it. It's in really good shape. You still see these on the road today. They got a bunch of these little scale models out here. And actually, we used to own a carriage fifth wheel. Like one of the big old Tonka toys. Pretty neat place. I'm glad we stopped. They've got a huge collection of RV campers and toys. All kinds of makes and models. This goes forever and ever. 3 cases of it. We had something like that right there when we first started. We're in Elkhart, Indiana at the National RV Hall of Fame and Museum. Pretty neat place. They got probably 100 different campers in here. Starts with the old original ones from the Model A's, Model T's, whatever. And it winds up with the modern diesel pushers. If you're around, you ought to check it out. It's like it's $15 to get in. But worth it, in my opinion. They've got tons and tons of RV, trailer, camping books and magazines. This one I picked up is a camping from 1967. It's got all kind of prices in there. It's pretty neat to see where the industry's come a long way. Here's a June of 1950 Trailer Topics magazine. This is good stuff here now. So this is just a follow-up. We were coming back from Muncie, Indiana, back here to E-Town, and I noticed the alternator wasn't charging, so I had to change the alternator belt. It's nice and tight. And I also checked, and the air conditioning belt was in bad shape. I'll show you. It was, you can see right here, it's got a big crack in it. We just had these changed too. Yeah, that don't go very far. So $22, and we're back in business. The alternator's charging. We checked it. It's kind of hard to get that bolt off, adjust the arm in there, but YouTube managed to get it done. And so I'll check these probably in 500 miles, make sure they're still tight. So the old Cummins 500 keeps on ticking. Solid engine.